In the name of Almighty Allah, welcome to this time English news service from KHURSHID Global TV channel. A 15-year-old Palestinian youth died on Saturday after being shot the previous day by Israeli troops during protests along the Gaza border, the Palestinian Health Ministry said. Israeli forces have killed 42 Palestinians since Gaza residents began staging protests along the border fence on March 30. The demonstrators are pressing for a right of return for refugees and their descendants to what is now Israel. The teenager killed was identified as Azam Aweda. Hundreds of people gathered at his home in the southern town of Khan Yunis to attend the funeral. Mourners carried his body wrapped in a Palestinian flag to a nearby mosque for prayers before burial. "My son is a martyr and I am very proud of him," said his father, Hilal Aweda. The Palestinians say Israel is using excessive force against the protesters, 2,000 of whom have been wounded by gunfire. Russia, Turkey and Iran need to help Syria's government clear its country of terrorists, Russia Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said on Saturday. He was speaking at a meeting in Moscow with his counterparts from Turkey and Iran. In the meantime, declaration of some Syrian opposition figures are damaging efforts to inject new life into Geneva peace process, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said on Saturday, adding that there can be no precondition for Geneva talks. Russia, Iran and Turkey agreed that Syria peace process must continue despite Western missile strikes, Lavrov said after meeting his Iranian and Turkish counterparts in Moscow. The leaders of China and India agreed to open a new chapter in their relationship on Saturday after an informal summit just months after a dispute over a stretch of their high-altitude Himalayan border rekindled fears of war. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi spent around 24 hours in the central Chinese city of Wuhan for meetings with President Xi Jinping, an ice-breaking trip both hoped would allow candor and nurture trust. Billed as an informal get-together rather than a summit, the two men held talks on Friday that lasted far longer than expected and on Saturday chatted over tea on a boat trip around a scenic lake. German Chancellor Angela Merkel and US President Donald Trump aired differences over trade and NATO on Friday at a White House meeting where they tried to put a show of warmth and friendship despite tensions between the two allies. With Trump poised to impose tariffs on steel and aluminum soon that will impact European exports, Merkel said the decision is now in Trump's hands on whether to grant exemptions to European Union nations. Merkel's quick trip came the same week as a three-day state visit by French President Emmanuel Macron, who, like Merkel, pressed Trump on trade and urged him to keep the United States in a multinational nuclear deal with Iran. Neither leaders appeared to make significant progress convincing Trump on either issue. That was all from English news service of KHURSHID Global TV channel. Thank you for watching, guys. Wish you a good night. Bye.